Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra.
Endgame program, and be done with them.
And we are live. Welcome back to another late night SwishPOP stream. We're talking G.I. Joe and Transformers. Guys, we weren't here last week. Something came up. Life got in the way of collecting. Isn't that the worst? Always. Anyways, so we are here now, and it's time. We're going to talk some Transformers. We're going to talk a lot more G.I. Joe this week, okay? So stay tuned, settle in, and let's talk some G.I. Joe and Transformers. So, I think, make sure we got some audio. We got audio. So we are good. Things are going good. I hope you're doing good. And yeah, we're going to get into some stuff here. So yeah, like always, we do some housekeeping at the beginning. And, you know, we talk about the schedule. There's a new long form video up on the channel. And we'll talk more about that later in the video. Later in the stream, sorry. And yeah, so for now, like always, we'll go over some stuff that I acquired in the last week, 2 weeks maybe, since we talked last. I'm always looking for stuff. I go to the thrift stores. I'm on Facebook Marketplace. This is like my thing. It's the thrill of the hunt, and that's me. I am always looking for stuff, and stuff finds me. So to start, let's just get right into it, okay? So Facebook Marketplace, fine. I got, look at this bag, okay? Forget what I don't know what it says, Thrifty Foods. I got this bag full of more Transformers, newer Transformers. I got a sweet deal on it. And when I found out what was inside of it, the deal got even sweeter. Okay? So I'm not going to bore you. There was like, I don't know, probably about 50 probably about 40 or 50 Transformers in the bag. We're not going to go through all of them or whatever. I'm just going to look at the highlights for you just to give you an idea of what was indeed in the bag. Okay. And this is what drew my attention to this bag, okay? Look at this little beauty. This and this is where I was a little confused. I consider myself pretty knowledgeable about Transformers, vintage and modern. But I wasn't sure about this little beauty because this was shown in the listing of the person had all the Transformers laid out. This was kind of laid on top of it. And I Googled image this and I was like, what is this? And Google told me that this was a LG35 from Japan or something like that. It told me it was a Japanese one. And I was like, well, that doesn't really track with like why, when you compared it to what else was in the picture, because it didn't make sense. Why would a person have, you know, a selection of common Titan Return Transformers and then on the top of it have a very interesting Optimus Prime, like a Power Master Optimus Prime from Japan? That didn't make sense. So long story short, didn't make a difference because it was a really good deal. The person sold it to me and I was interested in obtaining this Optimus Prime. Now I have to be a quick side story. Power Master Optimus Prime from Generation 1 Transformers has never really been my favorite character. And that changed over the years, but a long time ago, about 15 years ago, probably 20 years ago, 15 or 16 years ago, I actually purchased a very large collection at a garage sale for a steal of a deal. We've probably talked about it before. Oh, geez. What's Google talking about here? Google, be God. Anyways, and in that lot, I got a 100% complete Power Master Optimus Prime. And I disliked Power Master Optimus Prime so much at that point that I actually sold him to a friend of mine for $1. $1! And I was just like, I don't want it in my collection. I'm not interested. He's like a brick. I'm not interested in him. I sold him, pushed him out the door for $1. And I was like, what? That is... a quick question. Is there any actual sub-team members? Do you mean for G.I. Joe? Billy. For G.I. Joe? I'm not sure, actually. Long story short, so I pushed him out the door. I didn't want him. And then I watched, years later, I watched Master Force, the cartoon. And I was like, ooh, Power Master Optimus Prime is pretty cool. Of course, that's what he's called here in North America, but he's not. That's what he's referred to in Japan. But long story short, I have a Generation 1 Power Master Optimus Prime. It's in my case. He's actually probably right there. You can't see him. Anyways, so that's my love-hate relationship with Power Master Optimus Prime. But this guy is pretty sweet. And the thing is, so this is what I didn't realize at the time. I thought this guy was pretty cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick it up because I think this is worth it. And I think I know that what's left over, I could probably maybe sell or trade or whatever. So there was a little to zero investment cost or whatever. Anyways, so I got that guy. And then I started to pick through. I'm just going to lay him down. I started to pick through the bag. And I got this guy. And I'm like, I had to look it up because I know this is broadside, and as an Autobot, but this is the Decepticon version. I was like, it's a repaint. And so this is Tidal Wave. It's a repaint of Broadside. I can't remember his name. And I was like, oh, this is different. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So, I mean, he's complete. And when I looked it up, this guy... So, Tidal Wave, the Power Master Optimus Prime, and a couple other guys were from a Titans Return Siege of Cybertron box set. That was not limited, but anytime you deal with box sets, like, it's going to be limited on the amount of people that purchase it. And long story short, these were just not random figures. They were from a box set, and apparently they're actually kind of valuable. So while I'm definitely going to keep the Power Master Optimus Prime, I think I will probably sell some of the other ones. I don't have, just one second, if I pick through my bag here. Like one of the other ones here was, let's see, you got Metal Hawk, which is a repaint of Double Dealer. I can't remember his name right now. Anyways, so this guy was pretty sweet as well, and that is part of that the box set. And then it actually comes with a Titan Headmaster, and it's Thunderwing, and it's like just a little head guy. So the complete box set was included without the box. And so I mean I got really lucky. Long story short, and I got a pile of Cyberverse figures that I'm just going to throw up and sell. And then I got another pile of generic Titans Return figures like Gronk and Octane. It was pretty sweet. Like, I've organized it all. So I got like a bag here full of like Gronk, Cup, Jazz, Octane. And you know, that's pretty sweet. And like they all came with the instructions. I got a bag here of movie figures. We've got Barricade, Strafe. It's a reissue of, it's like the premium series of movie figures. I don't do Transformer movie figures as a rule. So, anyways, we got that. Long story short, that was a pretty sweet pickup. And that kicked off a couple weeks ago. And very happy to get that. And you know what? Okay, funny quick story related to that. It was on a Friday. I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, any chance you could hold this till Monday? I have a very busy weekend. I won't be able to get out to where you are. And she's like, yeah, maybe. Long story short, it turns out that her and my son play in the same rugby team and they know each other. So it's like, small world, right? Anyways, so that's that. And that was pretty sweet. So I was happy with that. And more stuff started to happen. Okay. First up, we're building Bruticus. Blastoff is here. And haven't even taken him. I haven't freed him from the packaging as of yet. But this, pretty sweet. Found this locally. Long story short, this wave is out in Canada. I'm assuming it's going to hit USA very, very soon if it hasn't hit as of yet. But it's funny because I posted, I was at the store, I took a shot, and it was all of them at the store, and I posted on Twitter, and a few people had like commented that was the first sighting of those guys. I got a little, just one second, I'm dealing with a little light issue here. Hey, GIJoe Guy 84, welcome. We'll talk GIJoe in a bit. Just going over what I picked up since we last talked. Yeah, so Blastoff is pretty sweet. Excited. Now, of course, we'll talk later. They just revealed what Bruticus and Onslaught and Swindle look like as part of Bruticus, and I'm so glad. So I already have Vortex. I got Blastoff. I got Brawl pre-ordered. And, of course, I actually now have Onslaught pre-ordered as well. So, so that should be keeping me going. I can't wait to get Bruticus. Then, we move on. I complained for a long time that I didn't have Scavenger. You know what? Amazon. So, I'm here in Canada. This thing, I have this on pre-order, and it says it's not shipping until August 2026. What? How is that even possible? Anyways, so long story short, I was checking Amazon.com to update my Amazon store, and boom! It came up on Amazon.com. I ordered it. They shipped it to me here. So I have officially completed Devastator, and it's time to build Devastator. I cannot wait to get Devastator put together. Maybe what I'll do is I have three of them open. What I'll do off camera, not for this stream, the next stream, is I'll probably put them together. I'll probably take them out, have them transformed into their Devastator modes. Maybe I'll put Devastator together live on stream and get my first impressions on stream. We'll see. Anyways, so excited to finally have Scavenger. He doesn't look the best or whatever, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You need Scavenger to complete Devastator, so I'm happy. So that is awesome. Let's see what the chat's saying. How well do your current combiners hold together? Are they still flimsy? So you know what? Long story short, what are we talking here? GIJoe 84. I don't have Devastator put together yet, and I don't even have Superion put together yet. I procrastinate a lot when it comes to putting Transformers together. And actually, I'm still missing one piece of Superion. It's at a friend's house. I'll get it probably next week. So I'm thinking I will get them together soon. I have not really heard any problems with the new combiners related to being flimsy. I know the previous ones could be flimsy. Like, I did not like Combiner Wars Menasor. I didn't have a problem with Superion Combiner Wars. And I absolutely love, actually, Combiner Wars Bruticus. But that being said, because I'm building Bruticus now for Agent of Primes, I'm probably going to pass the Combiner Wars Bruticus onto somebody else. I don't usually keep the old ones once I have a better new one. It's just, I don't have so much space, and I would rather probably sell that, get some money to recuperate for the new Bruticus. So I'll probably pass that along to somebody else. But long story short, to answer your question, the previous generation Combiner Wars could be considered flimsy at times. I know Menasor was horrible. But I found, from my understanding, that the new batch is not flimsy at all. But just because they use that skeleton system. Now, obviously, Menasor, Superion, and Bruticus all use that new skeleton system where you basically have one giant robot and you just attach the limbs and the legs to that big skeleton system robot. Where Devastator is more like Devastator, where you have 6 bots that transform and form into Devastator. So, anyways, I'll have to get back to you about that. I gotta get a drink on the go here. Yeah, sorry, Billy. I am not aware of that Canadian JoeCon thing, and so I mean, feel free to pass along any information. They were fan created characters. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So Devastator, working on Bruticus, and super excited for those because I absolutely love Combiners. I love the Combiners. They are some of my favorite characters. I really, really hope they do a new Predaking at some point. And you know what? Screw it. We need a new Predaking. We need a new Defensor. Let's just do them all with the new modes or whatever, the new way of doing things. Now, you guys know that I go to the thrift store often. I go a ton every week. Because, I have nothing else to do on lunch. I don't want to sit at work and just eat my lunch. I need a break. I need to get out, get some oxygen. So a lot of times at lunchtime, I go to the thrift store. Sometimes after work, I'll drive home. I'll go to the thrift store as well. So I do hit the thrift store a lot. It's been a little dry lately. Now, I cannot remember if I showed this. Okay. So I'm going to talk about one thing. Okay. So, I think I accidentally started a new collection. And as a person who collects stuff, that's never good. Because you should never really split your collections too much. Because you can't focus on anything. And it gets too gangly to manage. My personal opinion. Years ago, I collected everything. And I had like Spawn figures and GIJoe, Transformers, and McFarlane stuff. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to cut it all down. And I've talked about this before on the channel. I won't get into it. But right now it's Transformers and GIJoe. And the problem is right now, for a Real American Hero and Generation 1 Transformers, I have so much. I mean, there's other people out there who have better collections, but I do have a lot. I'm actually, sometimes I find it hard, to find something new to add to collection. There is always the obscure, but not everyone wants to pay a lot for stuff. So long story short, I kind of do my collection on the cheap, and I like to, slowly add to stuff, play the long game on stuff. Long story short. So because my GIJoe and Transformer collections are fairly extensive, I slowly moved into Mask and Centurions as well. And that's it. The 4 things. That's all I'm doing. Those 4 things. But I was at the thrift store the other day. Okay? And I always check. I have kind of like a route that I go at the thrift store and go through. I check the toys. I check the board games. I check the Blu-rays, the comic books. And I talk to a couple of people there. And I check the glass case. And behind the glass case, they had a stack of Sega Genesis games. So I got something in my teeth. And I grew up a Sega kid. Okay? And I know this does not qualify under my GIJoe Transformer stream, okay? But I just want to share it with you guys. There's a stack of games there. And there's another guy. It's funny because I went in the store. And I always go to the glass case section. and I noticed a Sega Genesis and a stack of games, and I was like, okay, I'll come back and look at that in a second. And I did my loop of the store, and I was talking to a friend. I was like, oh, I gotta go look at something. And when I came back to the glass case section, there was this other guy waiting at the counter. And he was waiting patiently. And, I'm not going to cut in front of him. I waited next to him. I'm like, this guy is in front of me. They asked, okay, well, who's next? And I said, this guy. And he asked to look at the stack of video games as well. I was like, damn it. He asked to look at the stack of Sega Genesis games. And so as he looked through them, I was kind of like, looking what was there. And I noticed they had one that I was looking for that I've always wanted to reacquire. Boom. Jurassic Park on Sega Genesis. And the thing is, I absolutely love the Jurassic Park series, Jurassic World, everything. My family does. We went to Hawaii. We seen where a bunch of it was filmed. Not because of that, but we were just in Hawaii and we went to where it was filmed. We didn't go just to see that. And just big into Jurassic Park, big into Sega Genesis, and I've absolutely always loved the clean packaging of the red packaging, and it just spoke to me. And I had a coupon, and this was super, super, super cheap. Anyways, comes with the instruction booklet, has the game, and you know what? Like, I don't know. As of right now, this is like, I'm not doing this or whatever, but I would, if I could find a copy of Mortal Kombat 2, and I believe World Series Baseball, I think 1998 or something like that. There was something, it's nostalgia. It's just pure nostalgia. It just reminds me of a good time. And, I already have the Sega Genesis Mini, and I've got it decked out with ROMs and stuff like that. So, like, I don't need this. It's just, this is nostalgia in a box for me. It's just pure nostalgia. And I just had to pick it up. So, that is my thrift store find for the week. And you know what? I don't know if I'll ever pick up another Sega Genesis game in the next 3 or 4 years. Now, GIJoe guy, 84. Ross, man, I am so jealous of Ross. I wish our stores here in Canada did half what Ross does. It's so annoying because RossCon is like amazing. And it's funny you mention the gargoyles, okay? Because like every adult, like in my age frame, I absolutely loved the Gargoyles cartoon series. It was amazing. And the thing is, if I had a Ross and I had the availability of discounted gargoyle figures, I would 100% pick them all up. And I'm so jealous that you were able to get them. So do you have all of them? Or like, do you just only have a few? And I just wish our stores, like we have stores similar to Ross here in Canada. We have Winners, we have Marshalls, and like there's like a HomeSense version. And it's the same store. If I ripped the logo off the store and put Ross on the store, you would think you're in Ross. Or like TJ Maxx or something like that. But we do not get the quality that Ross has. And it's actually one of the points that I had for the talking points tonight about Ross and what, a lot of people refer to as RossCon, because so much of the discounted stuff that cannot sell ends up in Ross. And I'm so jealous. They get such amazing stuff. I don't know, man. So that I'm so jealous. Anyways, good job. So far you've got Demona, Brooklyn, Angela, and Bronx so far. That is amazing. Brooklyn is your tree topper. That's hilarious. I'm jealous. That's a good deal. Like, how much are each of those? Like, I think, are they like $14.99 or $8.99 or something like that? Like, what's the pricing on those? Because, I mean, like, what's the pricing compared to the actual price they're supposed to be at, like, a retailer? Are they from, I can't remember because once again, I don't have any of them. Are they actually from Target or are they sold everywhere? When you get a chance, put the details in the chat. Yeah. So they're $20 on discount, and what's the regular price that they should be at the store? And are they exclusive to Target, or is just you can get them anywhere? Anyways, long story short, I would add those to my collection for sure, because it's funny because when Disney Plus came out, Gargoyles was there, and I introduced it to my kids. I have 2 kids. I introduced it to my kids, and they watched it. They tried to watch it. They didn't fall in love with it like I did as when I was their age. Gargoyles, I just loved because there was such lore. They did such a great job where like it started off in olden Viking times or whatever, and then it transitioned to the new age, and it had such lore. And then you'd have episodes that would go back and forth between the old times and the new times, and all the different characters. It was by far one of the best cartoons that was ever produced. I'll die on that hill. Normally they'd be $35. Their neck and were available everywhere. I mean, you know what? $35 to $20. Like, you're right. That's not a huge discount, but when you're buying a bunch of them and that's $15 off each one, it certainly adds up, right? So I mean, I think that is a good deal, right? Anytime that you can save money on your hobby, it's a good deal, right? It's like on my channel, there's a short where I had purchased Grimlock, Studio Series A6 Grimlock, and he was really expensive, so I returned him. And then the next day they put him on clearance on the store because they didn't want to ship it back to the warehouse, and it was like 48% off. So I was like, yeah, I'll take them. Thanks. I'll take them at a cheaper price. So you got to save money when you can. Now, the next thing, this was from last week. I don't think I showed this on the stream as of yet. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Anyways, so I found this at the thrift store, which is the GIJoe Mad Marauders Equalizer. And I mean, it's in pretty sweet condition. Obviously, it's missing like, a few pieces, like the radar thing here, the hatch here. It's missing this back piece or whatever. And obviously the booms that go in there. But I mean, it's got all the hitch things. Nothing's broken. It's in really, really good condition. And this was like, I think I got this for $5 Canadian. $5. Like, you can't beat that, right? Because, yeah, I don't think I'd shown this as of yet, because last week I showed that I fixed my links, right? With the gun, because it was broken. So I don't think I had the equalizer as of yet. So I must have got that last week, and we didn't do a stream last week because I had some issues come up. Yeah, that is a heck of a find. You are correct. That was the first time I had seen basically any G.I. Joe stuff at the thrift store in, I want to say, like 8 to 10 months or whatever. Like something, yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's correct. A long time. No G.I. Joe stuff. There's a lot of competition here for thrifting, for like vintage toys. So it's hard to find stuff at times, because like if you're not there at the correct time, the random time stuff comes out, somebody else gets there 5 minutes before you, they snatch it up. You don't see G.I. Joe stuff show up very often. So at the thrift store, there was the equalizer that I just showed you, and right next to it, there was a Cobra VTOL Hurricane, but it was only the shell. So I have a near complete one. I'm missing a couple missiles, but it had no accessories on it. I mean, like, mine is missing like a back thruster, and it's it didn't even have the thrusters on it. It didn't have the canopy. It didn't have any of the missiles. It was completely stripped. And I think the thrift store wanted $10 for it because somebody probably took it, Google imaged it, and said, oh, this is rare. But I mean, it didn't have any accessories, so nobody's going to purchase it. Anyways, I lived by a strict rule of no Joe left behind, but it has to be reasonable priced, right? I thought about picking up the VTOL shell and tried to find somebody in the community that needed it, but it was just too much work, and I left it there, and then I came back the next day and it wasn't there. So I mean, that's how it happens, right? So I mean, I think for acquisitions this week or these 2 weeks has been a good 2 weeks. The bag of Transformers, the Equalizer at the thrift store, the Jurassic Park Sega Genesis game, and both Blast Off and Scavenger. I mean, that's hard to beat, I would think. So let's get into, so that's basically catching you up and everything. We didn't do a stream last week. Something came up. But we're back here this week. So I'm glad you guys are here. If you haven't already, maybe think about hitting that like button. Or if you're new here, think about hitting that subscribe button as well. So we try to do this every Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. It's just a late night stream. It's at 11:30 at night because it's when I'm free. My family is done for the day. They're gone to bed. And I'm not bothering them, and I am not interfering with anything. So this is why I do the late night stream. It's just, I'm up. I might as well talk to you guys about Transformers and G.I. Joe. Let me get my list of things here. So, 1 second. I get things set up correctly. We'll do that. 1 second. We'll go over here. 1 second. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry. Okay, so let's see what we're going to talk. Now, okay, I just want to make a comment about one thing very quickly, and this was supposed to be part of last week's show. So I got something stuck in my teeth. It's like I got a popcorn kernel stuck in my teeth. Sorry. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. Okay? I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you found anything to buy, but I don't really know what Amazon was doing this year. Like, is Black Friday and Cyber Monday like basically dead now? Because Amazon had some okay stuff up for Black Friday, nothing groundbreaking, but they didn't put, like, from what I can tell, almost anything up for Cyber Monday. And I found that really weird because Amazon is an online store, Cyber Monday is for online stores. So I found that extremely weird that they did such a piss poor job on Cyber Monday. I had a bunch of stuff in my cart and I thought it would go on sale. Like, I think I had the retro G.I. Joe Classified Beachhead in my cart on Amazon.com. And it had previously on Prime Days, I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, it went down to like $14.99. And I was like, okay, well, $14.99, I'll purchase it. And it stayed at $18.99. So it wasn't even went down to what it would previously on sale for the well-known Black Friday deals. So I was kind of annoyed by that. Let's see what we got here. Black Friday and Monday sales were not good, to be honest. Best deal was a Jurassic Park Dino for 70% off at Walmart. I actually seen that. And Walmart $15 deluxe 2-packs. Yeah, now, don't get me started about those 2-packs because, once again, that was a good deal, okay? When I was saying there was no good deals, I was specifically referring to Amazon. I was disappointed in what Amazon had to offer. But, that being said, those Walmart 2-pack Transformer deals, which I did several long-form videos on my channel about those, listing every single 2-pack that was available. Those were indeed good, great, amazing deals. basically came down to $750 a figure. And like some of those were really good figures. And if you had previously missed those, to get another shot at some of them was a great deal. And I was super jealous about those. Let's see what else we got. I didn't find any Black Friday Cyber Monday deals worth jumping on. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, I don't think I bought anything toy related. I didn't see anything worth buying either. And I had a $50 Amazon.com gift card, just wanting to spend it on something like that retro beachhead. And I didn't find anything. Now, lucky for me, I spent it on my scavenger to finish my Devastator. So I did actually end up using it. But I mean, the scavenger was just regular price. He wasn't on sale. He just came back in stock. And I'm like, there's no way I'm waiting until August 2026 here on Amazon Canada. Anyways. Carlos, I did find a $6 Helix and two $9 Mad Marauders Sarges at Ross. See? Once again, guys, stop making me jealous about your Ross deals, okay? Your damn Ross deals are so good. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed by that I can't get in on that. Like, look, we'll just jump to it right away. So Amazon, no deals. But just a second now, let me just get something ready here. Just let me get something ready here. Go down. Oops, just 1 second. I should have this ready earlier. Okay, we'll go over here and display images. That's from last week. We'll go here and we'll go here. So somebody posted this on Twitter. Twitter or Facebook, I can't remember. I think it was Twitter. And like, look at this. I actually love retro, right? GIJoe retro is one of my favorite things. You know, I have a problem with the Zap that's out now, or coming out. But the retro line is so badass. And look at this. We have Cobra Eels, the Cobra Snow Serpent, and Beachhead, $8.99. So let me just do something else. Actually, I do exchange rate. $8.99 is $12.50 Canadian. Those things are $35 Canadian. And that, oh my God, such a sweet, sweet, sweet deal. I am absolutely jealous. Like, these are brand new. They're showing up here. I would take all three of those. Cobra Eels, the Beachhead would be my two priority ones. The Snow Serpent was still pretty badass. So if anyone finds these and wants to donate them to the channel, hit me up, hey? I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. So, like, Ross, man. Ross is the place to go. And it's so funny because when we go when we often go on vacation about once a year to USA, we'll go to Florida, go to Disney, and I will purposely go to Ross with like, oh my God, Ross is going to be amazing. And every time I go to Ross, it's just nothing. Crickets. Nothing good on the shelves. But yet, every fall, heading into wintertime, heading into Christmas, Ross is filled with stuff that I would actually pay good money for. And I'm so jealous. It's not fair. But that, like, Mad Marauders Sarge for $9 American, that is an absolute steal. I haven't seen too many great Transformers, but I've seen a lot of GIJoe Classified that I would pick up. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. So, like, yeah, because, like, we got two, like, there's, like, you know, 2 out of the 8 people in chat got good Ross stories. I'm so jealous. It's not fair, guys. It's not fair. Like, the Gargoyles, the GIJoe Classified, there's so much stuff at Ross. Let me see. Let me just double check. If I go to maps, what's the closest Ross to where I live? Ross just for locations. The closest one to my is in Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh, okay? And it says if I was going to drive there, where's the oh. If I was going to drive there, it's going to take me 3 hours to get there. So guys, if I left right now, I'd get there at 3:30 a.m. Should I do it? Should I do it? I don't think they'd be open. I won't do it. Anyways. Let's see. I know, Sub. Like, would it kill? So, Sub, it says, would it kill winners to buy and bring in some of this shit for us Canucks? I agree with you. And I talked about this before. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh, this is supposed to be up like this. Let's see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get something down for you guys. Bear with me for 1 second. All right. I'm back. Okay. So let's go full screen for a second. Okay. I'm back, guys. I had to get up and get something for you because it's story time with SwishPOP. Guess what? Sub, winners used to get cool good shit years ago, but see nothing since. Yeah. This came from Winners. Autobot Blaster, former San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This came from Winners. Let me... I'm trying to take it out, but it doesn't want to come out. Ugh. I can't get it out now, guys. Oh, here it comes. Generation 1, Transformers Universe, reissue. Blaster, 3 of the tapes. This was San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I don't know when it was. 2000, I don't know, 16, 15, 14. I don't know. And this was I walked into Winners one day, which is once again is like TJ Maxx. This was $19.99. And they had stacks of them. And that was back in the day when Winners, which is our local store, just like Ross, just like TJ Maxx, they had really good buyers and they would get stuff from these American companies. They would go and buy the leftovers and stuff like this would show up in Winners. And this was amazing. We had Star Wars stuff show up. Not so much GIJoe, but Transformers and stuff of that. And this showed up and I bought a couple of them and, trade bait, but I kept one for myself because I love Generation 1 and I love Generation 1 reissues. This thing. But now we don't get anything. It's so funny because I actually was going to do a short on this or do a story about it. I actually was at Winners the other day and I took a picture of the toy department and it's just pure slop. The sloppiest toys you'd ever seen. Like nothing. Actually, I think I did. I think I did post something to Twitter the other day. Just a second now, guys. Yeah, 1 second. I think I did. Let me just go back here. Yes, I did. Okay. I'll share my screen once again. Browser. This thing. I am constantly amazed at the Ross finds south of the border. This is the slop we find here in Canada at Winners, a similar store to Ross. It's like it was AI generated. Look at this, like some knockoff, like what's it called? Warrior Works vehicle model. Like look at this, like knockoff Devastator. Then they had this like super knockoff, like I don't know what, but it had the Bruticus head. And like, these are like the sloppiest slop ever. And this is the stuff that we have here in Canada at our like Winners equivalent, or our Ross equivalent. And it was like so bad. Like so bad. Anyways, I don't know what happened. I don't know. They didn't want to spend the money anymore. I'm not really sure. But their buyers aren't buying anything good. Sub. We love SwishPOP stories. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Sub, you never seen that Generation 1 blaster before? That was at Winners. We get stuff like was a third world country knockoff Transformers and Solid. Yeah, I know. Winners has been so bad. So bad. It's like I used to go there, at least I would check the toy department, because every now and then you'd find like a Star Wars vintage figure or something like that, and you're like, oh, okay, for $12 I'll buy it or whatever. But lately it is so bad. Nothing worth spending any of your hard-earned money on. It's embarrassing, actually. If you're a toy collector, do not ever go to Winners, Marshalls, or HomeSense. You will not find anything worth buying. It's all just the junkiest dollar store toys that you will ever find. And that's why it kills me when you see these RossCon posts and people are finding stuff that I would actually spend my hard-earned money on, and it kills me. So jealous. All right, that was the topic that I was going to talk about later, okay, guys? So now we cross that one off the list. Let's see what Sub's saying. I honestly think I bought knockoff Nike shoes from them too. I'm speaking with my wallet, not shopping there for anything, let alone toys. Yeah, I get you. All right. That was that. We talked about how Black Friday Amazon sucked. We talked about RossCon, how that's amazing. Okay, before we get into, and we talked about the RossCon finds, before we get into the G.I. Joe classified stuff, this I wanted to look at for 1 second. Just give me 1 second here, guys. Open link. That's better. Where is my browser gone again? I think I closed it. No, I did not. Now, just quickly, there might be a little rant here. So, the Transformer hype guy posted this: Roboson Soundwave revealed. If you've been a member here a long time, I don't like Roboson. And the reason why is because their stuff is really expensive. Like really expensive for what you get. And like, this is their newest reveal, Soundwave. I mean, it's kind of different because it's not like a vehicle like the last bunch or whatever have been. It transforms into a sound blaster. A sound blaster. Yeah, it's a video card. Anyways, the thing is, these things are so expensive. I think this thing is regularly $1,300 USD. $1,300, and it's brand new. They always have an early bird special, and it is down to $1,000 right now. Like, do you know how many Transformers and GI Joes that you could buy for like $1,000 or $1,300. Like, I'm always amazed that there's so many people out there that actually purchase these things. You all must be lawyers and doctors. That's all I gotta say. If you can afford a Robosen, you are doing pretty good. Like, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so Amazon did a horrible job. Yeah, they did such a bad job. Anyway, so this thing is basically, sorry, the Robosen is brand new. Soundwave's coming. I mean, I guess the problem I have with these things is like the price point, and the only people I ever see with these are just influencers. And I'm sure Robosen just sends them out to a bunch of people who get like 1 million hits a day, and they try to advertise them. And I know there is a market for this or whatever. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that do buy, but I'm always astonished at how many people actually do purchase them, because they are doing better than me for sure. Because I would never be able to drop like $1,300 would be $1,800 Canadian. Who's paying $1,800 Canadian for this thing? I don't know who is doing that. I don't know, and it scares me. Feed your families and pay your house mortgage. Way better idea than paying $1,800 for a transforming Soundwave. But I mean, people out there love them, I guess. They obviously sell because they keep on making them. So I mean, I don't know. Like there's a market for it, I guess. Yeah. So that was that. I just wanted to mention that because Robosen's crazy. I didn't want to do a video about that. So a lot of times what I do here is I do long form videos on my channel of stuff I want to talk about, or I have a speculation or want to discuss about. And often now what I've done is I've brought the news stuff to the live stream so we can talk about it and we can go back and forth about it. Because there's just so much competition out there on YouTube when you do the news cycle that comes out every day or whatever. There's other people that just have, I don't know if they work full time. Like I work full time, so I don't get as much free time to just pump out YouTube videos all the time. So I use the live stream here as a vessel to talk about that news stuff that has come out throughout the week. So that was one of the stories. Robosen has a new Soundwave coming, and it's really expensive. Back to the main camera. Boom! I'm happy with my 3 Masterpiece Soundwave. I got a Toys R Us back in like 2013. Yeah. Right here, there's a case with Masterpiece and Soundwaves in there. These pretty sweet. That one's good enough for me. I only need about one of each guy. Actually, you know what? I had to move something. I had to move this or whatever to get this down the blaster down. This guy, this Soundwave was basically one of the last ones I needed to track down to complete this book series of reissues. I love this book series. The only thing it's missing, the guy didn't have the inner. There's 2 levels of plastic to keep it together, and the guy didn't have the second layer of plastic to keep it together, so he kind of tipsies out there or whatever, but it's still sweet, and I was so glad that I was able to get this sweet deal on this too. I've had this for a little while, but this is a typical example of how I often play the long game on things. You got to be patient when you're collecting toys. This was on my list to get forever. I mean, years. And long story short, it came up about 2 years ago, and I was able to secure it locally on Facebook Marketplace. Pretty sweet. Yeah, Sub, I had all of those. They're in a box there somewhere. I have all those Toys R Us exclusive Generation 1 reissues. I absolutely love them. And for some reason, when that one came out at retail, I think I already had like a couple Soundwaves, so I'm like, oh, I don't need Soundwave. He's like $50. I'll just pass on him. And then, after he was not available at retail, I was like, I needed Soundwave. I should pick up Soundwave. And so thus started the quest to find a used one. Yeah, the commemorative series. Yeah. Love those guys. I don't have, when I say all of them, I have all the book ones. I don't have Ultra Magnus, and I don't have Power Master Optimus Prime. And like earlier, I told a story about Power Master Optimus Prime was never my favorite character. So I skipped on him for that reissue. So I'm down like Ultra Magnus, Power Master Optimus Prime, and I feel like there's one more. But after that, I have all the cars, the Insecticons, Perceptor, Soundwave, all of them. Love those box ones. Even have a couple of the Japanese ones. I have Astro Train, who is white, I believe, and I have Hound, which I didn't realize is one of the more expensive ones of that TFC Generation 1 reissue collection. So I mean, it's kind of, if I chose one of the ones to get, that was kind of like the best one to get, because he's actually potentially worth the most money if I did go to ever sell him, which I don't think I will. Yeah, it'd be sweet to have some doubles of those for sure. I agree, Sub. Yeah, where am I going here? Let's see. So we talked about Robosen. I just throw it out. Oh, you know what? For all you American people out there, has anyone picked up the Macy's GIJoe ornaments? I meant to have a picture of this, and I didn't manage to grab a picture of it. So just 1 second. Let's see if I can just. Oh yes, here I found pictures. Okay, I found pictures. Give me 1 second. I'll just download the pictures. Something just fell down in my house. Sorry. All right. Sorry. Okay, I downloaded the pictures. So. Oh, why didn't that work? So this is one of them right here. It's a Macy's. You can get them at Macy's. And it's basically meant to look like a lunch tin, right? Like that classic lunch tin. And it's pretty cool. A second now. So you got that the Cobra Rattler there. And it's like the cheapest little thing. Actually, you know what's funny? It's not even really that cheap. I think they were selling them for $15 each. So I mean, it's not like it's cheap. And I just found one on Amazon, and somebody's selling it for $40. Okay, so there was the Rattler one, and we opened the other one, and you can get the Oz Striker, and you can find these at Macy's for $15. Not bad. I mean, something cute to put on your Christmas tree, but kind of cute. Yeah, Sub. Yeah, that was that $5 deal or whatever. Oh my gosh, like that was embarrassing. Like, the thing is, if you're not gonna buy a figure when it's like full price, you're not gonna buy a figure either when it's $5 off. Like, they could have did a lot more. Like, they should have been like $10 off. To make it like $25 instead of $35. I think a lot more things would have sold then. And anyways, it kind of sucked. I agree with you. But anyways, these GIJoe ornaments are at Macy's. You can get the Rattler, you can get the Oz Striker. Kind of cool. I mean, I would probably pick these up. $15 seems a little pricey for these, I have to be honest. Like, I think, looking at these, I mean, I don't think they're very big. it's meant to like simulate a little lunch tin or whatever. I would probably be more in tune to pay around $7 for these. So I probably actually wouldn't pick these up if they are $15. But I mean, they're kind of cute if you're in the States. And Enerval Alexa now to ask me if I want to try Alexa Plus for subscription fee. Yeah, I know. Jinx for 16 was the only deal. More should have been 16. Yeah, I know. I picked up Jinx a little while ago. I don't think I paid 16. I think I paid 18 or 19 or whatever for it from Amazon before it went to 16. You can usually tell the ones that are going to go on sale. The ones that constantly go on sale, they basically put them on sale a little lower every time because they're like, is it a little lower, you'll pick it up? A little lower, maybe you'll pick it up. So I don't know. Jinx was a good deal, but the rest of them were not good deals. And even Amazon.com, they had no good deals either. I was really, really disappointed with Black Friday on Amazon. I was expecting a lot more. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. Let's look at the... Yeah, Frag Viper's the new Jinx. I agree with you. It's funny because I purchased Frag Viper. I pre-ordered him when he went live, and I got him. And I just looked at him, and I was like, you know what? I don't need a Frag Viper right now. And I returned him to GameStop. But, like, I mean, the Frag Viper keeps on going down in price. I think it was $25 for Black Friday in Canada. I expect him to be 20 like next time or whatever, right? Because they just want to get rid of them. Sorry, just one second. What am I looking for here? I was doing something and now I got distracted because we're talking sales again. I'm looking for my list that we're looking at. Here it is, my list. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, let's talk about CCXP Brazil Comic-Con Experience, CCXP 2025, and the Hasbro GIJoe team there and what they had to say. Now, I did a video. There's a long-form video up on my channel. It covers this in a lot more depth, but we'll go over some stuff right here, right now. And I just want to, get some stuff going here. Get this going. Get this going. And GIJoe Classified at CCXP in Brazil. What is it? Oficina dos Joes is a channel on YouTube. They were there. They live streamed the complete panel, which included Star Wars, Marvel, GIJoe, and Transformers in one panel. And they did an amazing job. Like that, they did their they did their job for the community to take that and get it out into the community to be able to look at it, because it was just meant for people who are in the audience, and because it wasn't live streamed by Hasbro or anything, so they got it out there. And a shout out to them for doing such a great job. But CCXP. Related to GIJoe Classified. I'm just trying to find something here, guys. I'm bringing that back up for a second, but we'll change the image. First up, let's do this in reverse order. Where's my image gone? Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. 1 second. We are back, Winamac. First up, we have name only reveal is Deep Six. Okay, this one. Anyone else find this one a little weird? I don't know about how I feel about this one. Deep Six is coming to the GIJoe Classified line. I mean, for the most part, he is known as the driver of the GIJoe Shark. He, as a real American hero version, he's basically a brick. He doesn't really do anything because he's just meant to go in the Shark. So I find this one's a little weird that they're bringing Deep Six to classified because I don't know what they're going to do with him. Is this like a smoke and mirrors thing where they're like, we're going to tell you we're going to bring this figure, but we're actually bringing the shark vehicle as well. It's going to be like really expensive and like made to order or something. I'm not really sure. At this point, I think we're only going to get the figure. I think vehicles are kind of hit and miss right now, so I think we're going to get the figure only for now. But Deep Six, I don't know. Not my favorite character. I don't think I would pick this one up. What do you guys think? Shark is small enough to be a regular vehicle release with Deep Six, I hope. Deep Six was in the cartoon a lot, but I don't remember him not wearing the spacesuit even on land. I know, right? That spacesuit is so bulky and so like cumbersome. Like, I can't see that necessarily translating to a great G.I. Joe classified figure. I could be wrong. And like I said, is there a chance that they bring out the shark? I don't really think so. There was rumors that they were going to do vehicles at retail. I don't know how much more they're going to do of that because the classified vehicles are so expensive to make and to sell. I just don't think they're getting the acquisition rate that they want with them. I don't know. Just my opinion. So they talked about this. And then, got some stuff in my teeth. Yeah, Carlos, you're insta buying Deep Six. That's good to hear. I'm glad. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not for me. I mean, I definitely would want to see how he turned out. Like, I need to see how he turned out. If he turns out great, yeah, I might pick him up. But as of right now, based on a real American hero, what I know of him, not necessarily loving it. I don't think I'd pick him up right now. Now, let's have a discussion. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, why didn't my picture save? Just 1 second. Sorry, guys. Next up. Here you go, guys. Let's talk. This thing. They told us this was a tease for the next video. And actually, I totally admit something here. The audio glitched when I was listening to this the first time. Did they say anything? Is this a HasLab or is this just a regular vehicle? I don't know what they said, to be honest with you. But this is what they gave us. It's not much to work on. But there are a few things here that it relates to. Lone Dragon, that's an awesome point. Like, I mean, if you relate to him and you like him, that makes total sense. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with Deep Six. He's just not my ideal character that I need to get in classified right now. I don't really have a problem with him. But this thing right here. So they tease this as the next part of the vehicle we're going to get, okay? I did a video. This week's video is on this. It was delayed. It was supposed to come out Saturday. It came out Sunday. If you haven't checked it out, it's on the channel. I'll just walk you through the thought process on that. Sub, I don't agree with you. I think it is Zartan Swamp Skier. There's a lot of people in the comments think it's the Cobra Wolf. I don't think it's the Cobra Wolf at all. And what am I doing here? Chameleon small vehicle with driver pricing Zanya and Zanzibar. Bingo! We have a winner. Liquid, that's what I think it is. That's what I think it's going to be. That ski definitely Battle Force 2000 related. No way, Sub. Are you drinking? A lot of people in the comments of the video say it's the wolf ski, and it's not the wolf ski at all. Like, the people are like, they need to go home. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. Like, okay. I'm going to download this. Okay. So, look at how engineered this thing is, okay? Like, it's got the connection point at the top. It's got the hinge in the middle. It's got the triangles coming off it. It's got the tip at the end. That is what it looks like. This is the Cobra Wolf. Can I zoom in here? No. This is the Cobra Wolf. And the Cobra Wolf ski has nothing. It has no hooks. It does not look anything like that other ski. And I'm kind of stunned at the amount of people in the chat, in the comment section of the video that say that previous ski looks just like the Cobra Wolf. And it's no way it looks like the Cobra Wolf ski at all. I really want the swamp skiers, but I dread them because I need at least 4 of them. I'm sure it will come with a figure and it'll cost me a lot. Lone Dragon, I agree. We all know Hasbro is definitely going to pack in a figure with this, if it's Zanzibar or Zanya, or even Zartan, if it is the swamp skier. Based on the hole, the top, it's likely the chameleon with a disassembled like the OG did. Yeah, I agree with you. Liquid. Didn't the Joe Roto have a ski on it? The Roto? No, it has wheels. How about Swamp Skier plus a buzzer that doesn't suck? That's a good one. Now it's an Arctic Zartan chameleon with have Arctic Zartan snow serpent body and Zartan head and hood. Ooh, that's I like that. That's kind of interesting. I like that. So, once again, let's go back here. A change. So there is our ski that we're looking at, right? There's the ski. I wish I could bring both these up at the same time. And then, if we do this, keep it in mind. Look at this thing. Look at that. It is the same design with the triangle the base, and it goes up. Like, I don't understand why people don't think that this is the swamp skier. Now, it might not be, but logically, they look identical. So, I mean, I think they're going to be it. Perhaps it's missing sky for the Hazab snow side missile. Oh, perhaps it's a missing ski? Well, you figure we get the Oz Striker, so it's time for the core vehicle at this point. Hopefully not a cash grab. Anyways, I think it's a no-brainer that it is the Swamp Skier. And I think based on the fact that Zanya has already been announced, and Hasbro loves including female characters as drivers for their vehicles to sort of drive up the price. So I think that's what we're going to end up getting. That's what I'm going to put my vote on right now with the lack of information that we have. We only have that teaser picture that Emily showed off at CCXP. So, I mean, that's all we have. And if I had to put my money down on it right now, I say it's a Swamp Skier. Now, watch the video. In the video at my channel, I do talk about what if. Now, there's just a lot of ifs. Bear with me for a second. I'm not saying this is a done deal. If next year the HasLab was indeed a Dreadnought Thunder Machine, okay? A lot of people have that pegged as the next HasLab. Make it a bit bigger. Do what you did with the Snowcat. Make it bigger, but you know, so like 3 or 4 Dreadnoughts can get in it or whatever, like a car or whatever, right? What if the Swamp Skier was a stretch goal as part of that HasLab offering? I mean, I have no insight into this, but I mean, it seems like it could be plausible. For the Snowcat, we got the Bivouac set, right? which is, more than a standard figure. So why not include a swamp skier with it as well? I mean, that is just a random theory. I have no insight into that. It's just something I came up with or whatever when I was making my video. Yeah, so think about that. So obviously we'll have to wait and see to see how this plays out. I would assume at this point, I don't remember when we got the tease for. Didn't we get like a tease for the Oz Striker at some point? Or no, or was that a tease for the Snowcat? We got a tease at one point, and then it gets revealed at GIJoe June, right? So I'm assuming this is the tease, and then this will get revealed at GIJoe June in June, late June 30th or so. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's my opinion. And everyone is allowed to have their opinions. I'm just amazed. I don't think the Cobra Wolf is a great vehicle, okay? I don't think it would be popular with people. And so I don't think they would make it. They want to make stuff that's going to sell. So they want to sell something. Let's do this. Dude, I could have had this. I could have did this the whole time. Look. 1 second. There is the leg. Look at it. It's identical. Very identical. Actually, let's do it this way. It is identical to it. Very close. I think, first of all, if it came with a HasLab, great. I don't necessarily think that's true. If it came individually packed, they're going to sell a bunch of these. If it came individually packed or even with a figure. If it comes with a figure, people just toss the figure away or retry to sell the figure. But no matter what, if they do make this in classified, it will sell like hotcakes because people love their Dreadnoks. And that's why I do think that the HasLab will be a Thunder Machine this year as well. They love their Dreadnoks and they love army building the Dreadnoks. And it's got a real good following right now. So I think the Swamp Skier is it's a lock. Yeah, Carlos, you are correct. Swamp Skier is smaller than a Ram Cycle, easily included with Xania to help sell to people who are not familiar with her. I am not familiar with her. I believe she's only from the comic books, the new comic books too, right? She's not from the Real American Hero comic books, correct? I don't know, guys. I'm not up on the comics. Can they do an Dreadnought Air Assault and Ground Assault sets? That would be really good, Dr. No Good. I think that would be a popular seller if they did those. Easy to do as well. What if a landing ski for a new Cobra Fang? It's so funny. There's your Cobra Fang. And I don't necessarily think that ski matches either. So I don't know. It's so funny that I just have all this stuff lying around. I have all kinds of props. So, you know what? I think it's a Swamp Skier. I can't remember what else I was saying before that. I'm reading these comments. Oh yeah, Xania, right? Is she from the comic books? The new series of comics, IDW, Devil's Due or whatever? I don't like the Thunder Machine enough to pay as a price for it. Lone Dragon. I mean, the problem is I don't think anything really satisfies all the community. There's different opinions on everything. So I hear you. I would have to wait and see the price. For Thunder Machine, I too like the Dreadnoks, okay? But for a HasLab Thunder Machine, I would need to see how it works out. Like, I need to see the size of it. I need to see the stretch goals, and I really need to see what comes with it. And if it's a good offering, I would probably purchase that one, much like I did for the Dragonfly. But it would have to be a really, really, really kick-ass offering for me to purchase one. Correct, she's from the 2000 era non-Alara comics. Yeah, she's from like Frontlines or like some of those or something like that, right? Devil's Due, I believe. The way that ski shaped at the tip will only make it sink. Yes, that's hilarious. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. It kind of sucks that we might have to wait all the way to GIJoe June to figure out what this is, because there's going to be a ton of speculation going around about this and what it could be. Oh god, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm getting tired. It is getting late here. It is at 12:51 a.m. My son had a hockey tournament. We were on hockey all day. They won their tournament. It was pretty sweet. It's been a good day. Classified. There was something else I want to talk about for Classified too. I can't remember. So we're getting Deep Six. Not a big fan of him. I don't think I'd get him. They're working on this new vehicle. I mean, the Oficina dos Joes, he was able to interview Emily at that CCXP Comic-Con this weekend, and she reiterated that there is absolutely nothing off limits for them to do. I do think a lot of people think that this relates to the Hooded Cobra Commander. I still don't think we get a Hooded Cobra Commander anytime soon. I don't really think so anytime soon. I'm just less excited to collect Nox since Buzzer was always my favorite and they made him so crappy. Lone Dragon, and they needed choppers that I reckon Hasbro ain't feeling to make. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like weird. I don't like how his glasses are like kind of like pressed to his face or whatever. I mean, I don't know. The Dreadnoks are very popular and a lot of people love them. So like they need to almost come up with like a definitive set, like to redo some of them. Guys, I am zoning out. Let's see. And they need choppers that I reckon Hasbro ain't feeling to make. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, hopefully we get more news in the new year. I don't want to wait all the way to GIJoe June to get news. Like, that's a lot of months away. I think they're gonna have to do something between now and GIJoe June. So hopefully we'll get something then. Get some more details and stuff. They can't make Hooded Cobra while they're doing Arctic theme. White Hood, no. Oh my god. Oh my god, Lone Dragon. No, they can't do that. Good one though. Good one. Anyways, I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I missed at the top of the thing. Look at this. Hidden up here. A hidden Mickey. I picked up Retro Rock and Roll this week. They had them at a sweet price at EB Games, which is the Canadian version of GameStop. Yeah, I mean, I already have the mainline Rock and Roll, and I really like what they did with the mainline Rock and Roll. And of course, this is Retro Rock and Roll. The artwork is amazing. A lot of the artwork is less than desirable, but this one is really good, and really happy I was able to add mine. Does anyone, hey guys, anyone in the chat have Retro Rock and Roll? Question for you. I don't know if you can get this on camera. Mine, trying to think if this can. Mine has this like ridge right here. Like it's like a ridge of paper. Does anyone else have that with theirs? Like I can like, it's almost like, it's like bulged. I don't know what happened to it, but it's just going up my shelf, so it's good enough. Some third-party company like Gridiron or Raymond needs to make motorcycles. Hasbro is dragging their feet for too long. Hasbro drags their feet on a lot of stuff, my friend. Like stands, blast effects, like all these accessories, they're dragging their feet. Like, they could sell this stuff to their customer base who'd be more than happy to take it, but they're just sitting on it. They don't want to do it. I don't know why. I'm not really sure. Man, still want to play Jurassic Park. That's pretty sweet. It's a really hard game if anyone's never played it before. Guys, I am starting to yawn. I might have to end this stream really soon. I was trying to get to an hour 30, but I am fading fast. What's that related to? Yeah. Oh, Carlos, yeah. No, I got to keep the packaging. That's why I'm all about the retro. I love the packaging. I love the design. I got to keep it. Makes me happy. Yeah, I know some people get rid of their packaging right away. Like, we already talked about it in another live stream. Some of the stuff I will keep. Some of the stuff I will not keep. But for that, guys, for the retro stuff, I do. Hey, look. Sub. Are you still here, Sub? I don't know if you're still here. Look, the Generation 1, sorry, 1 second. The Generation 1 retro reissue. Here you go, look. Can you get that? No, it's too bright. I can't get it. 1999. What year is it from? It might say 2011. I'm not sure how to read their little thing here. It might be from 2011. Anyways, I'm just putting this away here. I made a mess earlier. No interest in a Hasbro Mobat if it is a matchbook scale Raymond used. Yeah. There was actually, you know what? I said last week that we would start to do a new segment on here where I would look at 3D printed GIJoe classified stuff. And I had one teed up. And I guess I didn't include it where I saved it. So I don't have one for this week. But this is from CCXP as well. And you have the look at the Cobra Arctic Hiss Tank next to the GIJoe Snowcat. And so you can get an idea of the size of them. I think the Arctic Hiss Tank looks pretty good. I would have preferred a red Hiss Tank. But still, it's pretty sweet. It's got a bunch of weapons on it. And that driver, I know I've heard some mixed reviews about that driver. But, I mean, I think it looks pretty neat. He's like basically a Hiss Tank driver's head on a Snow Serpent body with some tweaks. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it allows you to army build the Snow Serpents and this Hiss driver guy. And they go together really nicely. So, I mean, it's $200 USD. It's currently up on Hasbro's website, HasbroPulse.com. And it will be up for pre-order until January 4th, I believe. And at that time, the pre-orders will close. But basically, they will make you one if you order one. So everyone that orders one will be able to get one. There's no gatekeeping with the HasLab donation. So this thing is pretty cool. I do think a lot of people are going to pick this up. I think a lot of people are going to get multiples. It's pretty sweet and it looks good. It's just not for me. So it's $200 USD, and a lot of money Canadian. Anyways, that is pretty sweet from C6P. Had some nice little tidbits of information this year. I don't necessarily remember them having such great information last year, but they're doing a great job right now. So, guys, I think what we're going to have to do here is I'm going to have to call it a night. But before we go, some end of the show housekeeping. So we're at December 8th, okay? So if I check the dates here, September 7th today. The 14th to 21st. We have 2 more Sundays before the big day if you're into Christmas and you do all those things. But I think what we're going to do here is I think I'm going to reschedule the next stream until after Christmas, okay? So we'll come back on December 28th. There might be a few things to talk about. Family time is important, and I don't know if I want to be pushing stuff off related to doing stuff with the family to do stuff on the stream. Long story short, I'll be back on December 28th to do more streams for you. In the meantime, if you're new here, think about hitting subscribe, hit the like button on the channel, feel free to leave a comment, and then go to our long form video channel and check out some awesome videos there. We've done some really nice ones recently. But for now, I'm going to end it, and we will talk to you on December 28th. So we're going to take 2 weeks off. We'll be back on December 28th to talk what? G.I. Joe and Transformers, of course. So for now, I really appreciate all of you joining in and joining the conversation. And I hope you come back on December 28th. We'll see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.